Good time zone. We're gonna use this for today. It's me, DjDoubleT, here and existing as usual. Back to reoccur our reoccurring series, I guess, of Self-Care Tuesdays. Because I missed last week because sleep is important and also my own well-being. And this is something that we're trying to practice each week, is to have like a reoccurring little segment of taking time to do stuff for yourself if it's ever needed. And honestly, this little thing is just to hold me accountable as well. Today, we'll be continuing with our little Stop Overthinking book. I think this is the final chapter, but there is one little bit with it left. And then there's... what was it? The epilogue? No, it's a summary guide. I guess the summary guide will be like its own little segment at some point. Hope you're all doing well though, and yeah, today's our just chatting little thing with if anybody comes by who needs advice, I don't mind. Or they just want to talk, they can talk. We got our little bits of lo-fi, which I should probably also write into. It's not my own lo-fi, just to say, it is just copyright-free lo-fi that's nice to use. And just in case anybody's wondering why the title today is Progress is Progress no matter how small, it's kind of like its own idea of validating or validation of some days you'll make progress, you'll take a step forward. Tomorrow or even like a few hours later you take 2 steps back, or you end up right back where you began. But all it takes is to continue going, and that's progress, because you're still going somewhere to where you want to be, and one day you'll get there, and that's all we can have. Before I start reading personally, I'm gonna do some journaling, because I haven't been journaling as often, mainly because I haven't needed it as much, but I see that I've kind of been needing to lately, just to have it like, just to like vent out some thoughts lately. And because like, oh jeez, that's a really white screen. I'm so sorry if I turned like, this feels like the commercial where it's like, wah. Not the commercial, like the THX thing from movies, where it's like it's quiet and then it goes super loud and waking up the whole family. This is like the clearest my skin is being viewed to people. Whoops. just took like a small questionnaire for my therapy stuff. Like it checks in for like a simple questionnaire of whether or not how my anxiety and like uh the depression, I think it was depression, is doing. And it looks like it's getting better. Hey Valves. Nothing much. How are you doing today? I mean, I would like to share my chart, but I feel like just it's more personal stuff that I wouldn't want to like have out in the open. But like months ago, like in March, it was at a in the red spot, like a really high point. Then it slowly started decreasing after therapy, and then I think in June it spiked up a little bit, and then after that it went down. Well, today it's gone down a bit, which is nice. Because like it shows that I'm making progress towards kind of being better. Like it's not like I still don't have my days of when it sucks. Okay, I'll send this later on because I know that you want me to pay money. Alright, journaling. But I hope all is well, Valves, with your day. Whether or not whatever time it is in existence, or if it's super late. What's today's title? Oh. I almost typed like it's March. We are not 6 months back in time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, thank you Sleepy Jaws for following while I was gone. That is really nice to have. What's today's title? What's today's date? Oh wait, the journal already says like what today's date is. I'm traveling back in time every time I mistype. Of bullet pointing. I always struggle finding like the perfect balance between how loud the music should be and like how loud I am, because I remember like the speakers are always louder than I am. And for anyone who's listening, I think that journaling is a nice thing to do because, at least from what I've experienced and what my therapist mentions, it's like journaling is nice to have because it's creating a safe spot for you to organize your thoughts, especially if there are times when we highly overthink. Because, like, what happens with overthinking is that there's just too many thoughts at once, and that can lead to like too much worrying or extra stress that isn't really needed. And journaling is like a spot where you can just write it down and you can like look at that and then say, maybe that's not the case, or like how you want to work it out. Kind of nice. go with this one today for surprise. And I close that. No more bright screen for me. Oh, and also time. So I finished the journal finally. That took me like half an hour. A lot to type about, lots to think about. But we're gonna go back to Stop Overthinking, Chapter 6. classic attitude of one saying like, put control and focus into things you can change. Because if we're constantly putting effort into things that, you know, aren't easily shifted, we just end up exhausting ourselves. I don't know why, but reading these insightful words, I'm just like, empowered. Let's go. Oh, hello, Nina Nirvana. Thank you for following. Scared me a little bit. Hope whatever time of day it is, it's going well for you. Alright, let's put that book down. So, the final chapter of this book is done. All good, it happens. I get scared easily whenever I get follows. I'm just like, everything's okay, I'm doing my own thing. And then, like, the train of thought gets interrupted, it's like, whee! But I was reading the book called Stop Overthinking, a book that has kind of just been teaching me ways to help cope with my anxiety and a little bit of overthinking that has kind of like built up over time. Um, and I just finished like the very last chapter of the book, and like it was just about things you can do or techniques you can do after all the things that we've done so far to like kind of just like focus on what is there and what is not, like primarily like focusing on things that we can control and which things that we can't control, because a lot of the things that we kind of overthink about or has any issues with anxiety is just like things that we fear that aren't things that are in our ability to change. Like thinking about the past. Like I remember that event that happened a long time ago that has reoccurred, and I still carry it with me. And got it. And then it's kind of like thinking about, but is it really helpful for me to continuously think about that, or to think about what could happen in the future? The future will happen no matter what, but we can't plan for each and every scenario. And yeah, it's actually a really good book. I would recommend like just sitting there. I read it and like I'll talk about the topic for today. I was just like so entranced about just like, huh, I feel called out. But I'm also going to therapy, yeah. I have been going to therapy with BetterHelp since like around March, because for a long time there was like this constant push for me to go to therapy from other people to like work on my own things, my own well-being, and I just never did that because I was very much like, afraid of therapy and what it signified. And back then, like, because based on my upbringing, it was like very taboo to go to therapy because you were deemed as crazy, and I had always had this idea that going to therapy would make me feel that way, or like finally accepting to go to therapy would do that. And due to like certain life events, I realized I needed something to help me cope and make changes within my life. And therapy has been helpful because it's a place where I can talk to somebody with very like little judgment, and to find ways to kind of like let go of certain things, but also like get my thoughts that were building up in my head onto somewhere else where I am comfortable to think about it, to break it down, and see where that goes. And kind of, it's been nice just like having a place to have my thoughts out there, my past experiences, and see that they're not as big as what they once were in my own head, because that's where they were. But yeah, that's like the bit of it. I mean, there's probably more stories if you have like any other like further questions about it, but that could also be for another day. There is a summary section at the very end of the book, of Stop Overthinking, but I'll read that probably in 2 weeks for like not next week, because we'll go back to the other book, because I've been jumping between two books, kind of like reading and coinciding. The other book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F, so kind of like a little bit like about overthinking, but more of just like nothing really matters besides what you think matters. No other external forces, which is the hard part because there's always going to be an outer influence. And then there is, what's the word? I can't remember. Why can't I remember this? But it's fine. Wow, that is amazing. I'm glad that you you were able to find the right therapist. And yeah, finding the right therapist is definitely something. Because I remember in the past, someone important to me actually introduced me to therapy through like couples therapy, because I was so afraid of doing it on my own. And we used it more of with somebody that I really trusted to be there for me, and like for me to like try to do it myself. Excuse me. Oof. And that's when I was finally like comfortable to like, hey, I can do this on my own. Because I was definitely like just scared, but also because I knew that I was paying for it out of my own pocket. I was like, it's my money. I'm really broke right now, so we're gonna make the most use of it. And I just like said, here, therapist, have this. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of like the idea of this little stream here. It's like my self-care Tuesdays. I know Tuesday is such a weird day to have self-care, because could it have been like self-care Sunday, self-care Saturday? Those sound better. But I felt like Tuesday kind of just was the day. Who knows? And it's kind of nice. It's a place where I can exist with other people. If they decide to show up, we can talk, I can read, I can listen to music, or if there's anything like there to talk about, we can go for it. Whether it is like you're having a tough day or you want advice. It's kind of like my own little workspace that other people can watch and exist with. Which reminds me, I need to write something. That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna look up a recipe how to make bread and then do some writing because I've been meaning to do something for an album. Because recently, like this year, I had like a resolution to finally make my song album and have that made and whatnot. Because ever since I like my last year of like college, I had made 2 songs, and previously then I had been, well, one, studying music, but also I've been meaning to create more music because that's where I see myself in the future. And amongst many other things, I just never, not like pushed myself, but I just didn't go for what I wanted to do. There was like so much hesitation and fear and a lot of other things in life that kind of stopped me from like chasing after where I wanted to go. And there's just been so many like small little events. I do have a link, or the easiest way to find me is literally to I don't want to get copyrighted by my own music, even though I made it, because technically I had to put it on Spotify with my own because in order to put music on Spotify, you actually have to have your own what's the word, distributor. And so I feel like there's copyright. I can share myself. Yes. Let's see if this will let me like put stuff. Oh, good. I'm logged in. Because I remember that I couldn't type anything because of the fact that I forgot my own Twitch password. and what's the word? And so I couldn't like reply to comments if I wanted to just reply instead of just talk about it. But here. Alright. Thank you. Join Twitch today. Let me log into myself. Alright, let me go make sure. I need to find my right username. Okay. Gotta make sure because I'm usually known as DjDoubleT, but like there's always that name there, but sometimes there's like variations of it. And it's like for Twitch, I think DjDoubleT is already taken, so I went with DjDoubleT777. And I like just having 7s just because jackpots are just fun to have. Is that it? Okay, wrong password. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much for the wrong password, I guess. I'm so upset with myself. Alright, where's my phone? I'll just find it on my phone and post that thing. I'll go into a different chat. Because apparently I can't do it. Because I've seemingly forgot it again. No, Snapchat, I don't want to think about whatever happened a few years ago. Okay, we're copying this link. Yes. I like how it's like, welcome to my own chat room. I'm like, but this is me. Alright, this should be it. There we go. There's the link. Thank goodness for the fact that I have the app. Actually, the question is, do I do it? Do I do a bread recipe or do I do like... I've been bright, I've been shined on. But I only have 2 songs currently. And I hope that one day I can make this album, or actually this year I'll get that album done. And we'll have more. Yeah, the artwork, fun fact, those were commissioned from 2 of my friends. Like, I like to support the people around me. Because, you know, you want to see them succeed. Okay, I can use this recipe. I'm going to use this one because it fits towards the title that I want to go for. Alright, and then... But let me look at the recipe to how to make this one. I wish it wasn't so bright. I do need to be wary of the stream time because I don't usually stream this late, and ever since I changed my internet around 3 a.m. my time to like 5 a.m. my time, my internet gets wonky because it likes to reset itself. I don't know why it's like that, but because of that, I will have to end at some point before the time hits because I don't want to be like everything's good and then crash. Oh yeah, I will definitely get enough sleep. Today we're gonna try our best to fix it, get our errands done, go to work tomorrow, and then we got another stream tomorrow, but it's nothing as chill as this one because uh, just to explain, so today is like our chill like mental health day. Tomorrow is vampires. Vampires that want to eat me and destroy me. And then Thursday is like our fun day with my friend Chaos, where we play whatever game we kind of feel like. And the plan is that we're gonna play an escape room game. So we're gonna have fun, kind of be doing like a not a virtual reality escape room, but kind of like an escape room that we can play together, but we're a little like far away. And then Friday, what is planned Friday? Oh, there's 2 games I gotta continue and finish. Well, I won't probably finish Viewfinder. Viewfinder is so nice with like the camera photos, and it's so cute and relaxing. And then there's the Master's Pupil, which is a lovely like artwork kind of game. I'm excited. And I also gotta remind myself to make an announcement. I may not be, what's the word? Not asked to do so, but I would love to promote this game that's currently doing its Kickstarter stuff called Loftia. Because, you want them to reach their Kickstarter goals, which they've already have, but there's extra stuff. And, like, if people like cozy games, this is a game that we should support and play because the community is lovely. We should probably copy this link and then post it into this file so I know which one for not both, but just so that I can look it up if I ever need to like go back to it, because I feel like I get talked about a lot of the time for having too many tabs open, because I like having many tabs because I don't want to bookmark it and then come back to it and forget that it exists. A little bit. I think it's also kind of like a little bit of laziness. I'm just like, I know where it is. I like my organized chaos. That's how I exist. But it may be messy for some. So that's why I've also learned how to create like folder tabs so that I can still have my many tabs, but now I can shrink them all to look like I only have 4 tabs open. Should probably highlight the ones that I know are gonna be for sure the titles that I'm happy with. Let's put it in one of my colors I like. Nah, why not? I like that. That's good for now. We've actually started. I'll take it. Close that. Close that. Alrighty, I think it's time to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, Nina Nirvana, for following again and also for chatting with me. I really appreciate that because it makes me feel a little less lonely in existence. But it's also just nice to talk to people. And for those of you who will see this on YouTube later, feel free to just watch, because I appreciate any support today and any other day. But if you'd rather come and exist in real life, please feel free to come to the Twitch. Any support is helpful. We're almost there to affiliate status. All it requires is a good consistent 3 viewers per video apparently. We're getting there ever so slowly. And also, thank you for I will do my best to have some good rest. And thank you for the virtual comfort. Am I forgetting anything? I feel like I am. Oh yes, one last thing is I try to be consistent with my scheduling, but there are just some days where I can't hit the mark. but I at least try to make it on the same day. Well, other than that, DjDoubleT out and about for the night. See you around. Deuces.